So in this lesson, we're going to talk about the profit and loss statement. So for this sample, I just simply pulled up the profit and loss, a standard report. It's under reports, company financial, profit and loss standard. So this is the typical report that I often pull up. What QuickBooks allows you to do is you can collapse rows. So that makes it easier. You can now see your net income. We always want net income on the bottom. If you want to total by months, you can open up this to be like last year, and then it's got your 12 months. You can change this to quarter. What's nice is you can compare, year over year if you want to do last year, previous year comparison, and you want to just look at the total only. Gives you lots of different things to look at. It's usually a good idea to look at last year versus this year so you can see what's different. As you can see, wow, when you look at the prior year, you can see that the income is way down, but the expenses are down too. You've had both years you had a net income, but obviously the second year was better. Your gross profit was a whole lot more, but then you had a heavy depreciation. It really gives you a good indication of what you're looking at. Looking last year, this year is really a good idea. So you can see trends, or if you want to see the quarter, kind of drill it down to the last 3 months kind of thing. That you can pinpoint and see what may have gone wrong. You can say, well, we're doing way better. You can also add in, if you want to see the dollar amount or the change, the percentage change, you can do that as well. One of the things that I like to do is I like to click this percentage of income row, and that gives you your gross margin. I think that's super cool. So you can look at different time periods to see if you're maintaining the same gross profit percent. You can also filter, so you can hit the customize report and filter, and you can pull out if you want to look at certain sales accounts and cost of goods by themselves. You can, if you need to just see your sales versus your support in different classes, you can do that. Once you find a report that you like, you have the option to memorize it, and you can save it in a group. You can name a group for yourself, or you can just put it in the accountant group. And if you want to say this is last year versus this year kind of thing, by quarter, by last quarter, you can name it however you want to save it. You can export to Excel, you can email it, you can print it, you can change the name of what you want to call it here. If you go to customize, you can go into the header and the footer and change the report title and so forth. You can change the fonts and make negatives red and so forth. You have lots of different options that you can do to customize these. If you want to go back to expanding them, that's fine. Go back to collapse, and then if you're like, what is the construction income? You can click the button and see, oh, whoa, what's this discount? Now that I made that red, to highlight different things. So when you're looking at the profit and loss, you want to make sure that your balance sheet is accurate, because if it's wrong, your P&L is wrong. So make sure that's accurate before you move on to really analyze the profit and loss. And then in the profit and loss, you can look at make sure things are dated in the proper month, move them around if they're wrong, so that you can look at last month, this month, last year January versus this year January, and that kind of thing. And that's where you can really find trends and mistakes, or find areas where you might be spending more money than you should, and kind of tone that down. And that's how to read a profit and loss statement and try to get some good details and information out of it to make some changes, managerial changes.